Drew. Stasia this morning woke up and she had Easy Lover stuck in her hand, the Phil Collins feature.
Oh, yeah.
Can't remember the guy's actual name. But so now I just had Easy Love. I've had it stuck in my head all day, but it doesn't really lend itself to Drew Carey. It does lend itself
lends it
to Donald Glover. He played Yoshi in that movie. I'm like, that's where I'm at, but that's unfortunately unrelated.
Why was that in your head?
Easy Donald Glover?
Yeah.
I don't know. He played Yoshi in the new Mario movie.
Have you seen a new Mario movie?
I haven't. You remember when we saw the first Mario movie?
First one.
I was so mad.
Yeah. We both went in and we really thought that I had
Why
high
did we
hopes.
even have to go to the Goomba place if we ended up not needing the Goombas?
We didn't realize it was for babies when we went to see it.
That's true. You said that when we left, and it really has been a thing that stuck me. Like, man, they made that for babies. And I was like, oh, right.
And but me as, man that grew up, I grew up playing Mario,
Absolutely.
N64 and GameCube and all that stuff. I was like, oh, this is going to scratch an itch.
Yeah.
It scratched to 0 itches.
No, it actually left me itchier, if you don't believe it.
I was like, ooh, am I wrong? Am I going to put on a list? Because I sat in this theater with a bunch of children.
That's kind of how I felt at the Minecraft movie when I went to go see it. I was like, oh, wait, hold on. This isn't for me.
I didn't get to see that one. What was the chicken one?
Chicken Jockey.
Did everyone get up and freak the fuck out?
Yeah, a bunch. Nobody went like crazy. Like, do you ever see those scenes where they're throwing popcorn?
Yeah.
The guy who brought the live chicken in, that did not happen at my showing of the Minecraft movie. I wish it did. That would have been fun.
Is Drew Carey in any movies?
He's in a couple. Our mutual friend Christian has told me he's a lot of voice acting. Yeah. He's done Robots. The 2005 film with Robin Williams. I think it's like fucking like a DreamWorks movie, I think.
Oh, but again, voice acting.
Voice acting.
Have we seen his face?
He also, again, it wasn't a proper film, but I want to do it. I think we should review it at some point. He plays Geppetto in the made-for-TV movie Geppetto, starring Julia Louis-Dreyfus as the fairy godmother.
Nice.
2002 on ABC around Christmas.
Wow.
Yeah. I think we should, I have a copy of that we should watch, I think.
I'm mostly unfamiliar with the Pinocchio story. Yeah. I know that he's a lion son of a bitch.
And his nose grows.
That's pretty much
I forget where the whale comes in. That's always the thing. He ends up getting swallowed.
I didn't even know there.
There's a whale. It's like Job.
By a whale?
Yeah, I think he gets swallowed by a whale. Like, is it Job in the Bible or
isn't it? What are we talking? What's Moby Dick then?
Moby Dick is not a Bible story.
No, but it's a guy that hunts a whale. Does he get eaten by the whale?
No, I don't think so. It's about his attempt to kill a whale that has evaded him for so long.
Oh,
I wanted
to
read
a snoozer. Am I right?
I was thinking this summer I might have more free time than I want at this point. I was thinking I should maybe like read a great American novel. Like I was wondering if I should pick up Moby Dick or Infinite Jest.
Don't bother with like Tom Sawyer or any of that crap.
No,
that stuff's. I remember reading that in school, and sorry if it's your to our listeners, you love that.
Yeah,
it was a snoozer for me.
Sure, you can't appreciate who wrote Tom Sawyer. Mark Twain. You can't appreciate Mark Twain. I had a brain fart for a second. I know who Mark Twain is.
We're familiar with Mark Twain.
Great American humorist, writer. I know him.
There's a prize.
No, there is. I do think there's something about like current cultures can't appreciate the art before. Mark Twain prize? He has not. No, that's unfortunate. He hasn't won a lot.
Probably his window probably passed now.
He did see Fish at the Sphere. Did you see that? I think I sent that to you. The photo he took with the guy who had.
Oh, like recently.
Yeah. Well, they just a couple weeks ago were at the Sphere. Yeah. He met a guy, I guess, on the escalator up. You've been to the Sphere.
Yes.
Yeah. So I guess
that's a really long escalator.
Yeah.
I mean, you go up a lot of levels, and then you don't realize how big it is.
Right.
How like vertically large it is.
But he had there was a guy who had a T-shirt that had a Ninja blender on it, and then there was, I think, or maybe vice versa, but his hat said something like I would cut my own dick off and put it in a blender. Whatever his tweet was.
Whatever Drew's tweet was.
And how great that they got to meet at a fish show.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
And the fact that and then you get a photo with him wearing that shirt.
Yeah, right.
All-time shit.
Top notch. Top notch. I love Drew. Hope he's doing well.
Yeah.
How are you doing, my friend?
Oh, we're great.
This beautiful Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, the weather's turned. Everything. We're fully in spring now.
I know, it's crazy. I'm hoping we're out of the rain for the rest of the weekend, but I'm not sure. We'll see.
Yeah.
Could be pouring tomorrow.
But no matter what, perfect time to shack up with some Drew.
Yeah, perfect time to stay inside and watch more episodes of the Drew Carey Show.
Yes. Season 5, Episode 5, Drew's Physical.
It originally aired October 20th, 1999.
Oh, buddy.
Which makes sense because the next one is a proper Halloween episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, that checks out. Yeah, because we were there. Yeah, we start here, Drew sliding out of his chair. I wrote sliding out of his damn chair. It's covered in Vaseline.
Yes.
Somebody lubed up your office chair.
And not only his chair, he lubed up the whole cubicle.
The whole thing.
Whoever it is.
Yeah.
Not he, she.
Mimi
we don't know yet.
insists that it wasn't her, but
she's loving it.
Having a blast. Having an absolute blast. Yeah, he can't pick up the phone. He's going to call Mr. Wick, he says, but he can't even pick up the phone with everything.
Yeah.
I just want to say, I've never thought about it, but when I was watching this, Drew's chair doesn't look like it would really be comfortable.
Oh, no, not at all.
No, it's like a wooden,
Is that
weird,
just how all chairs used to be
in the 90s
and then
or
now,
the early 2000s?
And then we all just got bigger and heavier and we wanted more comfort. We became a very sedentary culture where we all like sitting and
for sure
we want to sit in max comfort.
I think we
now.
were also big on ergonomics. I think we learned a big word and back lumbar support and everything. That chair, I kept thinking about you with your back. That chair would not be supportive at all.
Oh, hell no.
No, it would be hella uncomfy.
Yeah. Just straight wood. It doesn't even have a cushion. Not even a pad on the bottom part.
No support. And you can't lube up leather like that. Like imagine he's in like one of those Herman Melville, like whatever chairs.
Yeah.
Would be bad. Herman Melville, I think, wrote Moby Dick. I don't think that's the guy. There's some Herman something that's like a designer brand.
Herman, wait, did he write?
Herman Melville is the author of Moby Dick. He is not the chair company guy. I'm gonna catch myself on that. You fucking YouTube fact checkers.
Yeah, you sons of bitches, keeping us honest.
But anyway, we got Drew lubed up all around his cubicle, slipping and sliding like a freak. We find out who it was. Wasn't Mimi. It was Mini Mimi.
Yes, Mini Mimi's back. I thought it was Maureen.
Doreen.
It's not Maureen?
It is not Maureen.
God damn.
It's all right. It's all right. IMDb proved that for me in the description. It's Doreen.
Gotcha. Anyway, she's back.
She wants to be taken back.
She was too good to not come back.
Yeah, if we're going to have a small Mimi.
If they created a tiny Mimi, you can't just...
How can you deprive us as an audience of that?
Yeah, we know a tiny Mimi exists in this universe. And you're just not going to bring her back?
I'm going to set myself up for a joke here. I think I would like a smaller version of me. And then this is where you go, how much smaller can it get? But yeah, I don't know. I think having a little version of you that could be, I guess this is why people have children.
Honestly, this is why people get chimps.
Yeah.
I feel like that's why. I feel like people are like, why would you get a pet monkey? They just end up ripping your face off.
Yeah.
I really can you imagine having a little monkey buddy hanging out on your fucking couch?
You can give it cigarettes and sunglasses.
Yeah. Just like taking it on a walk to the park or like, I don't know, playing Nintendo.
I haven't seen the new Michael Jackson biopic, but if there's one takeaway I have, it's that it's fucking cool to have a pet monkey. No problems there. It's a sign of a totally normal person. Very healthy human being. No, I don't know. I think you're right. Yeah.
Have I talked about the rabbit hole I went down on this podcast with Travis the chimp? That one that like freaked out and ripped. I probably have.
I don't know if you have. I guess why? Because we've talked about monkeys before.
Yeah,
you might have.
Yeah, I probably did. The one that ripped the lady's face off upstate.
Yes, you did. Yeah. It's rough shit.
You know, it's just like watching. Like,
is that where you think this plot's going to go? By the way, does Doreen bite off Mimi's face?
She becomes.
I am mother.
Yeah. Well, they just start overfeeding her, and then she just like becomes dependent and stronger, though. I don't know.
Yeah.
The photos of Travis the Chimp still haunt me.
Ugh.
Like in those later days when it's just he's in people clothes and he's getting mad about the TV. I'm like, he's like 300 pounds, and I'm like, yeah, you had to see a mile away. That was going to be a problem.
Good. Yeah, it's just Tony Soprano. It's just James Gandolfini, but he's a chimp.
Yeah.
That's what Travis became.
So
she wants to be taken back by Mimi, and Mimi's like, oh, I don't know. And she's like, I just feel you give me the courage and self-confidence that I don't have.
Yeah.
She starts singing a version of like Wind Beneath My Wings. Very, very sweet. And, Mimi's heart melts, I guess. And she's like, oh, come on. And then they hug it out.
Yeah.
And then, so we got little Mimi back. Mimi.
Little resolution there.
Yeah. Wick comes in. He's dressed in, like, I described it as 80s exercise jazz aerobics fit.
Yeah.
He's giving big Richard Simmons energy.
For sure. Mm-hmm. And he, it reminded me of, like, what's that? There's always this clip floating around on social media of Jamie Lee Curtis doing, like, a workout video, and John Travolta's in it. It's really horny, weird movie scene.
Yeah.
Anyway,
80s.
Yeah.
Different time.
Yeah, different time.
It's he's
it's like bright flamboyant pink pants, and he's got that teal shirt.
Yeah. It feels like the color scheme they use for that water cup. You know what I'm talking about? That 90s water cup.
And he's got that little bulge.
Little bulge we're seeing on. I respect to Craig Ferguson as a performer here.
Yeah.
Not afraid of anything. We're those leggings are really they're barely leggings.
Yeah.
We're seeing a lot. It's crazy. But yeah, he runs
you think
in.
They wrote that into the script? I mean, I guess because they wrote the penis jokes in.
Yeah, there were a lot of dick jokes. I'm sure they were like, okay, yeah, here Craig is basically wearing no pants.
Yeah.
But anyway, he comes in and he starts telling Drew he's working out because he wants to feel better for the new company health insurance policy, which requires a physical. Everybody in the office has to get a physical, and if they pass, they can get on the new health insurance. But if they don't pass, they can't get on the insurance.
What is the bar for this physical?
That's a great question.
Like,
I don't know.
Really, they didn't really give us.
Usually, isn't like you can't have like diabetes or your BMI needs to be under.
But
that's the fucked up thing.
This is exactly.
But this is how it works. Where like you can't be on the health insurance if you're unhealthy.
Yeah.
But that's the people that need the health insurance.
That's why you got to lie to your doctors. No, I've never smoked cigarettes in my whole life.
My legs just look like that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
No, I think it's a fucked up part of the American healthcare system.
You remember the physical back in school? Because that's what Drew brings up. He's like, I already took a physical back in high school and everything.
I never took one actually at school, though.
Really?
No, I don't. Like a Catholic school versus a public school.
Yeah, we did the presidential fitness test.
No, I did not. They brought it back.
You had to do the V sit and reach. I remember that one.
We might have done versions of this.
That one was just like flexibility. That one was weird. If you couldn't do pull-ups, that was me, gang, back in the day. You just had to do the flexed arm hang. Just hang there as long as you can.
Right, but was there a minimum they were looking for? Like if you can't do more than 2 seconds?
I don't remember. I if there was, I didn't make it. But I don't. It's not like they kicked you out of school if you were out of shape.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't really remember what the repercussions were if you were bad at that test.
No.
All I know is we had one kid, though, one super flexible kid that was amazing at the V sit and reach. He could he could kiss the floor.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's actually too flexible.
Yeah.
He might have spine problems now.
Right.
Would be my guess.
So
Drew, as you could imagine, is not really thrilled about having to take another physical.
Yeah.
Not big into it, especially
not his scene.
Not really. No, I wouldn't say Drew and doctors go well.
Yeah,
just the vibe I'm getting. But yeah, we get here like dick jokes. Like I guess Wick puts his leg up on the chair.
Yeah, and Drew's like, "Didn't anyone tell you not to point?"
It's not polite. He's like, "What?" And he goes, and then when we get him talking to Mimi and Mini Mimi,
yes,
we also get right, I got to go buy plums later.
Yeah,
and I think Doreen goes like, "Oh, look, he also a little person."
Oh man.
So there we go. And we've set things into motion.
Yes,
Drew's gonna have to talk.
Drew's gonna have to figure out how to pass a physical.
Yeah.
As a fat piece of shit.
Tune in this week. Can this fat piece of shit get through the doctor? We come back for the titles.
That does remind me. I gotta find a new doctor. I hate finding a new fucking doctor.
Yeah. I got health insurance for like 3 more months, and I'm like,
yeah.
I should just find a new job.
This is where you cram.
Well, exactly. I'm like, fuck, I don't. Yeah, no. I will share now. I share Drew's sentiments of not liking doctors.
Hey, I don't think it's just like
I don't think anyone loves them.
Drew as an out of shape guy. I feel like I think it's a dude thing mostly.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because now that my fiance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, congrats. I didn't want to mention it, but congratulations.
You can blow it up on the pod. Engaged. She's always like, you have to see. Like she's all about. Oh, you got to go to this doctor, that doctor. She has all her doctors lined up for months and months.
Sure.
She's like, when's the last physical? I'm like, I haven't had a physical in 3 years, probably.
That's the same. I got the last one right before we started this podcast, actually, February 23. But before then, my last physical before then was when I got my driver's license pretty late. I was 22, and I needed a physical to get like the permit or whatever, and the permit had expired, so I had to go get another physical. So I didn't have a doctor, and I was like, at 22, you really probably shouldn't be seeing a pediatric doctor. But I went to my pediatric doctor, and the guy, they gave me like some old fuck from the practice that I had never met before. And he's asking me questions that are designed for children. So he's like, do you get in the car with strangers? And I'm like, I mean, I try not to use Lyft because I think it's too expensive. And the guy's looking at me like, what the fuck? What? Like, basic stranger danger.
I love that the guy wasn't even like, he didn't amend it at all.
No, not even a little bit. Can you touch your toes? No. Wait, look at me. No. Crazy shit, man. But anyway, so that was the last time I went to a pediatric doctor. I was 22.
Good. I did go to a pediatric doctor for probably a little too long as well. But when I say that, I mean like
a normal age 19.
I don't know, probably it was probably like 15.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm amazed they took me. I was desperate. I needed I guess I could have just gone to CVS. They got doctors there.
You just go to anyone around here.
Yeah.
I just picked a random doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what's your strategy?
Some like some Eastern European woman that I found on ZocDoc. Her whole office mostly speaks like Russian.
Sure.
And
does that inspire confidence for you?
I just no, just an observation, really. It does in a way. I like that it's no frills.
Yeah.
They just kind of lay out like a piece of meat, and they're like, "All right, we'll check this. All right, you're good enough. Get out of here."
I loved that the reflex thing was always just a little shitty hammer that goes against your knee.
Yeah,
I mean, it works.
It does,
but
Anyway,
post titles here.
Yes.
Drew is not at his house, but guess who is? Lewis and Oswald.
Of course, they're watching TV.
Did you catch just the very beginning of this?
Yes.
Where you hear like a dun dun, like a reveal caper, and they go, oh.
Yeah, in unison.
My favorite stupid people.
And then Oswald is eating ice cream, and he has the ice cream container straight out of the ice cream container.
Right on his lap.
Yeah. And it's frozen his crotch. And he does make, he's got some good science here. He's like, my crotch, Lewis is like, oh, you're an idiot. And he's like, well, my crotch is going to stay nice and beautiful and young while yours gets wrinkly and old.
Cryogenically freezing your penis.
Yeah.
So anyway, he runs to the bathroom, and Lewis, thinking on it, ends up taking the pint of ice cream and putting it on his crotch. Yeah. It's at this point, Kate comes in, and Kate's looking nice. Kate is like in a really nice red dress. She's got a bottle of bubbly. We're doing well. And of course, she just sees Lewis there. She's like, what are you doing? He's like, definitely not freezing my penis. Freezing my penis.
The
new ABC sitcom. It would be a game show. So anyway, she's like, okay, well, I'll just leave if Drew's not here. Bye. And then Lewis stops her, and he's like, hey, what's this all about? You look fantastic. You've got booze with you. He sniffs her, and he's like, that's more than cologne.
That's not the regular deodorant. That's lady deodorant. I think he calls it. And
so she sits down.
She sits him down. You can tell she's just excited to fucking tell anybody.
Yeah.
Because she hasn't said anything. She hasn't said a word yet. Yeah. Her revelation that she loves Drew.
She loves Drew. And please don't tell Oswald. She says Oswald's upstairs right now. We learn later.
Hair drying his penis.
Hair drying his penis. But yeah, no, she's in love with Drew. And when asked about it, it was, I think we left off on the last episode, the reunion ep.
Yeah.
Where, we hear her, she overhears Drew explaining to this rich guy that she was going to go home with.
Yeah.
That Kate is my world and you got to treat her well and she deserves everything. And all that stuff. So yeah, it's, she's dwelled on it.
Yeah. And she says, I'm just in love with him. Like, I didn't realize that, I'm just coming to realize this now.
Yeah.
And Lewis, I couldn't tell where he was going with his reaction, because at first when they sit down at on the couch, she's like, she hasn't said it yet, and he thinks that they're gonna get together, and
he starts pretending
for the
kiss.
Then she lays it all on him,
and
he just stands up and he's like, I gotta process this, and he goes outside,
and we just
now he's
yell,
just screaming,
holy crap!
Yeah, holy crap! And he just keeps screaming, holy crap. He comes into the house, holy crap.
Yeah.
And then he sits down on the couch, and then
he raises some good points. It's a little fear mongering, I think.
Yeah.
It plants a lot of doubts into Kate's head, but he's like, I hope it goes well, because if it doesn't go well,
you're going to crush his whole world.
And you're going to lose your best friend.
Yeah. The best friend you guys ever had.
Yeah.
This guy has loved you his whole life.
Yeah.
So that was where I was confused, because I wasn't sure, it is it was a genuine reaction, oh wow, these two people who we just wrote off ever getting together, are gonna
for 4 seasons are now
gonna maybe
but now
do
it's
it.
Well, we'll get there.
But it's
but
her
now
driving.
it's a flip, exactly. Yeah, it's a reverse of it. So it's interesting. It's at that exact moment Drew comes in, and Lewis is like, "Oh, great! I'll give him the good news." And she's like, "No, you don't." So we, Drew starts talking to the gang, and we kind of get into the physical element of all of this.
Yeah,
he's like, "Oh, do you think I'd pass a physical?" And Oswald's like, "Oh, you sound healthy. I can hear you breathing from over here."
yeah.
But yeah, he's he has doubts that he would pass.
Yeah, he's worried about passing this physical.
Yeah, and he doesn't like the doctors, the poke and the prod, and he just doesn't want to go through the whole thing.
No, so Oswald is the ideas man here. He comes up with the idea. Why not just have Lewis take it as you?
Yeah, you have a new insurance policy. You're going to need a new doctor.
Yeah,
they've never seen you before. Just have Lewis do it.
Just have back in an era where you just didn't have to fact check anything with an ID, I guess.
Yeah. Cleveland was very anti-ID up until lately.
They were like, just write down whatever name you want today.
Yeah, that's fine. You could be Drew.
Yeah.
I do also like that the only logic in this is that Lewis said he recently took a physical and it went well. That was they were like, oh, well, then he could do it. Sure.
But that's what I was wondering. Actually, I missed that logic, because as they were going through this plan, I'm like, I don't understand why. Why would Lewis are they just assuming Lewis is the healthiest of the bunch?
Yeah, if you had to pick one of those 3 men, who would it be? Though, as we learn, it's health is measured in different ways. I think.
Yeah.
Oswald probably could have done it.
He could have easily done it.
Yeah, especially with that blown dried penis. I'm sure he would have been healthy as a fox.
But would he have passed the psychological? Would he have done better on the psychological exam?
So they land on Lewis taking this physical for Drew.
Yes.
We're going to have you go in, help him out. And, they're amazed that Oswald came up with this.
Yes.
Kate's like, are you sure you want Oswald to do this?
This is the guy who swallowed a sponge so he would get less drunk.
Yeah.
Or so he could drink and not get drunk.
Yeah. He swallowed a sponge to absorb all the beer. Yeah. And he was like, but did I get drunk? You were medically dead for 2 minutes while we had to, but did I get drunk? Yeah. It's I like that he put it must have been a full sponge. We're not talking like he cut it up into pieces.
Yeah.
He fully
you
swallowed
just shoved that whole thing down.
That throat game crazy on Oswald. Holy hell.
Damn, boy.
Damn, son.
Damn, you take that whole sponge. Even if it was took that whole scrub daddy down.
If that sponge wasn't smiling before, it is now.
Shout out Scrub Daddy.
Scrub Daddy.
The best sponges on the
we
market.
We buy the Scrub Daddies, though, that don't have the faces on them. And I feel like we lose a little bit when we
what
don't.
The fuck are you doing?
They just sell square sponges or rectangular sponges.
I'm sorry. What are you wasted? Why? Is it cheaper?
probably a little cheaper. You get more.
Come
You get
on.
like 4 of them versus like buying one. Or however you could buy those.
I buy them in packs of 9. Scrub mommies I get because they have they're dual sided.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, because it's different kinds. You mean like one's like a harder.
One's a harder, one's a softer.
Sure. Yeah. Scrub mommies. That's funny.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know why the scrub daddies are
why
only
is it
the
a pack
hard.
of 9? It's such a weird
I don't know.
number.
It's 9, 7, 5, and then 3.
Oh, so they
They
work
odd
in
numbers,
odd numbers.
But
All
I'm
right.
like, it's weird.
Yeah, it's not how I would think of it. It's fine.
Anyway.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
This episode's brought to you by
Scrub Daddy.
Sponges.
Just the concept.
You use one every day.
Yeah, you should at least.
Oh, you should.
I went to my parents' house a couple weeks ago. I was helping out with things around the house, trying to clean bowls. No sponges. I was like, Mom, what do you do? She's like, well, we usually load it to the dishwasher. I'm like, I just need something rinsed real quick. She's like, well, then just use a paper towel and put Dawn on it. And I'm like, just buy a sponge.
Are you fucking get a sponge?
My mom had no sponge.
You're using paper towels
It's
in the
crazy.
sink. That's
it's the most
unreasonable behavior.
privileged, wasteful shit I've ever seen in my life. That we were just using.
Well, you're also a household that fills up the fridge with bottles of plastic water.
That is true. That is so true.
And then everyone's cracking open a new water,
Absolutely.
walking around the
all
house
the time. Yeah, and then you know what we do? We throw it in a trash can because we're awful people.
That rules.
The next scene is Lewis taking the physical.
Yes,
and he's
we're at the
passing,
hospital.
He's passing very well.
He's in great physical shape.
Yes.
We don't actually see any of the physical, but they assure us he's past the flying colors. But now they, lay it on him. There is a psychological portion.
It is time for the psychological portion, and he's like,
Yeah.
okay. Clearly, like a little panicked.
Yeah, he didn't
what's
know
he gonna
this was
do?
part of the scheme.
Not at all. So anyway, he gets up and starts to leave.
He panicked like a man that knows he's unwell.
That's about to be caught.
Yeah.
Oh no, they're gonna know my secrets. So he gets up and he starts to leave, and the doctor's like, "Oh, Mr. Carey, don't you want to put on your clothes?" And he goes, "Nope."
He's like, I nope, and I want to know. I want them to explain why.
Goes down in his gown.
Yeah.
The breeze you get in that gown also.
I hate the gowns.
Yeah. Lewis had one, and I'm sure it was just, a necessity for being on TV. Covered the butt. Usually you just got to tie it around and the ass is wide open.
Yeah.
Awful.
I got an MRI and I had to wear one of those gowns and I was just walking through the hospital with like my, it was like covering my ass, but I was like, I know that like it's right there.
Yeah, you could take a peek.
Yes.
Every time you move, you're showing off a little bit.
Yeah.
Awful. God. So anyway, the psychological portion happens. Next scene, we're back at Winfred Louder here. Mm-hmm. And we get Drew and Kate having a moment together. Drew wants to have Kate help him hit on the new temp.
Yeah, at the
this big-breasted, tiny little waist.
That's how she's described, yes. And Kate's like, I don't think I can do that.
Yeah.
I just don't. And Drew's like, Drew doesn't understand why right now. He's just like, what the fuck?
We do this all the time.
We do this all my time. You're my wing woman.
Yeah.
And
You're my boy. That's
and,
not a boy.
She says I can't do it, and so he just goes for it anyway.
Yeah.
Whatever. And
shoots
then,
his shot. Lewis comes in, and Kate kind of explains. She's like, "This is hard that I can't like share my feelings with Drew right now.
I'm just gonna watch him hit on this disease-ridden skank."
Oh God.
Yeah.
Fighting words from Kate O'Brien right there. We'll get there later, but people say a lot about her too, as we'll
I was
come to remember.
When she pulled out disease-ridden skank, I'm like, I feel like that's been thrown around.
I will say though, so Drew,
Kate's cleaned up her act.
She leaves. Drew comes in. It does not go well for Drew.
No.
And Drew says something along the lines of like, it's crazy. She's into group sex and amateur porn, but she won't get coffee with me.
Yeah, because she's afraid of what that'll look like.
Yeah.
What people will think of
So
her.
maybe Kate's a little onto something. That's all I'm gonna, I don't know. I don't want to kink shame. So Lewis is telling Drew,
hey, the physical went well, but the psychological thing,
not sure how that's going to go.
It could go 50-50.
And Drew's like, what do you mean psychological thing? Clearly unaware that this was a part of it. And then before we could even get an answer, Mr. Wick comes over.
Yeah.
Very clearly on edge.
Yes.
And he's like, he's overly nice to Drew at this point. He's like, hi, Mr. Carey. Like, I think he's like, everything went well with the physical. Everything's great. You're definitely sane. No worries. Like,
we got all your results
back.
Yeah.
Clearly Drew's a nut is what they've learned.
Yeah, he said it gets to some point where Wick runs away saying, "Don't make pants out of my skin."
They try to, think like what could have possibly gone wrong here.
Yeah.
And Lewis is like, I don't know. I just tried to answer the questions the way you would, like a man stuck in middle management who's always wanting to burn it down.
Right.
He's like, no.
And then his other explanation was like, oh, and then when I didn't know what to say, I would just answer back with a question.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever thought about burning down the store? What do you think?
What do you think?
That way they can't get a solid answer on
Not even a little bit. You know what? That's kind of almost a smart guy strategy in a not psychological test.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Answer the question with a question. God. Yeah, no, Lewis really fucked him here. I mean, I wonder how, like, I don't know how to read psychological tests. Yeah. But I wonder what, like, is it just sociopath? Is it multiple voices, like schizophrenic? I wonder what the diagnosis was for our good friend.
Well, I just like wonder what was the line of questioning.
Right.
Because like
he also says, there was an essay portion too.
Yeah,
like,
whenever they went to an essay portion.
You get a little blue book when you go to the shrink. Fill this out. Use did you take those like AP tests?
Yeah, I did.
Did you ever had to fill out what were the document based something like DBQs?
Yes.
Document based questions where you have to answer based on some shit.
You're taking me back.
I just took you back, dude. We're going back 15 years.
I took so many AP tests with no intention of getting any credits. I took AP classes because my buddies were in it, and all my friends were smart. They were like getting college credits.
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm just going to take government because it's what Ben's in. And I'm just like, I took AP government. And then I sat down for the AP test. And then I just filled in I literally was the guy doing random answers. I was like, I don't give a fuck. And like, it didn't count towards your grade.
No.
So I would just fill in every bottle.
But it did cost you $100 probably to sit for it.
It did not cost me. It cost the school. I never had to pay for them.
See, we had to pay for them at Catholic
But I would just fill in every button. I mean, and multiple choice. And then I think I drew pictures on one of the portions.
You would get to points, I think, where you'd be like, fuck it. I'll just put in anything here. Because at least if you put something, I think you get more points than putting nothing.
Right.
There's like so many like weird strategies with tests or like the SAT or things like that.
Oh, yeah. And then the ATC or the ACT.
I never took the ACT.
I did because somebody told me it would be better than the SAT.
What was your specialized thing?
I did worse on the ACT. I was like, you know what? I'll just go with what I had for the SAT.
Did you? But the ACT is like you're specialized in something, right? Like, was it like did you choose like science or something?
I don't really remember. I
had a buddy who was.
But I just remember its rankings were like it was like 1 to 30.
Yeah. This is really thrilling stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys really love us rehashing these tests.
That's cool.
Anyway.
Next scene, we see more from the office. We get fallout from kind of Drew with the other employees. They're all gathered around looking at Crazy Drew.
Yeah, that's
Crazy
what they're
Carey,
calling
what
Crazy Carey now. Yeah. There's a point where they, Maureen.
Yeah. Doreen.
I'm calling her Maureen now. Maureen, Doreen. You know who the fuck I'm talking about.
The little person. We're talking about that little lady.
Mini Mimi. Says, everybody hit the deck. He's going to blow this time.
Yeah.
And
do you remember what made him mad? He comes in after he gets his lunch or something, and I don't know if he forgot something. He goes, dang it.
Yeah.
And then everybody like ducks down on the ground.
I don't remember, but everyone's on edge and everyone's on the floor now. And Drew's like, I'm not crazy. He like stands up. Everyone starts to stand up. He said, did I say stand up?
And then they get back down.
Yeah.
He's playing into parts of it. He likes, as we see in the next moment, it can be useful for him.
Yeah.
Wick approaches him using Mimi as a human shield and tries to ask him about like additional work that he needs to have done.
Right.
And then Drew, through acted like a crazy motherfucker, gets it reassigned to Mimi. And Mimi's so pissed about this whole thing. Like, if Drew's a crazy person, just fire him. Why are we on eggshells? Why are we trying this, that, the other?
And Wick's like, there are laws. I can't just fire a crazy person. To which we find out that Wick has Miss Louder,
yes,
has got him a shrink.
Yeah,
got him a therapist.
Yeah, we're gonna have Drew. A good friend is gonna come and fix you from top to bottom,
right?
Something like that.
And
Drew is
like, I don't want to go to.
He doesn't want to go to a doctor at all.
I don't want to go to a doctor. And then Mr. Wick's like, okay, we'll fire you if you don't. And then he's like, they can fire you. I won't
love
fire
you. I think you're great.
So Wick says there are laws against it, but loophole. Hey, you need to see a fucking therapist.
Yeah, we're gonna make your life a little hell here. I like. There's a moment here where Drew's like, no, it's all good. One of my voices is a therapist. I'll just talk to them.
Yeah,
and then he like sits down and like kind of shakes his head. He's like, okay, great, penciled in for Thursday. We're all no need to do anything. The next scene is Drew in the therapist's office.
Yeah, Dr. Zimmerman.
He's trying to really speed run it at some point. He's like, we're going to try to find the key to what's causing you trouble. And he goes,
key, door,
unlock, darkness, mommy, daddy.
Mommy,
don't hurt daddy. Mommy, not hurting daddy. Like just the Freudian.
Loving, yeah.
He's like, okay, great. Thanks, doc. Starts to leave. The doctor's like, not so fast. And he's like, hey, if you want to show me ink blots, they all look like vaginas to me.
Yeah.
The ink blot test is interesting, man. You know, there's only like 10 total ink blots, like in the whole.
Really?
Yeah, test.
They only use 10?
Yeah, they only use 10. And like I guess you can shuffle them or whatever, but like all of the, like for the normal ink blot test, there's only like 10 of them. Like,
wow, I had no idea.
You'd think there's like 1,000.
I never did an ink blot test. I've seen a few therapists over the years, but I've never done an ink blot test.
Yeah. I don't know.
That would be, what do you need it for? Like, I guess I just wasn't that level of
fucked up,
head case, whatever. No. But and sorry if one of you,
if you've taken an ink blot test, let me know.
Yeah, let me know. I don't know what is it that like. What's the test for and why? I don't know. Yeah.
I think
why those 10 ink blots? I'm sure they probably ran through a process to get to them.
If I know anything about doctors and scientists, it's that they probably ran it through for 50 fucking years. And there's some sort of methodology, but
fucking nerds.
I want to make people better.
Yeah. But the ink blot test. Never had to take one of those. It's interesting.
Drew ends up not needing to take it.
No. Well, not immediately. He does show him one.
We eventually get there. But first of all, the doctor's like, listen, I just want to call you out on something. Your physical paints a different picture. It says you're 6'5".
Yeah.
And Drew's like, whatever. He's like, I think he gets caught in the lie. Basically.
Yeah.
He tells the doctor,
I don't think you took this test at all.
Yeah. And he's like, no, I didn't. I had a friend sit for the physical for me. He's like, your friend is mentally disturbed.
Yeah.
But, he is not an employee of Winfred Louder.
Not his problem.
Not his problem.
Yeah.
So, Drew starts to leave.
And the doctor wants to get at the core of, well, why didn't you have the confidence to take this?
Right. You can't keep running from your fears, Mr. Carey. Let's talk about your self-esteem and this, that, the other. And so they end up having a whole session.
Yeah.
And it's at that point we go to the next scene. It's Kate in the house.
Yeah.
It's her. She's got 2 beers. She's waiting for Drew. And Drew comes home from this therapy session. And they start talking, and Kate clearly wants to get to her spiel about like having feelings for Drew. But Drew has gone, I think it's safe to say, therapy brain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's talking about like, all of the progress he's making, and he's proud of himself, and got
just listening to him talk made me think of every like 23-year-old something
first therapy session
that went to their first therapist and is like, yeah, actually I think it's really good. Like we know a lot of those guys.
Mm-hmm. You changed your whole life. It's fantastic. My favorite part of it is the prop. He's got a physical, like a rubber hand glove thing that he pats himself on the back
every time he does something good for him.
Every time
I like that I noted that he did it after he took a sip of beer.
When he gives Kate a good explanation, it goes, pat on the back. He's trying to give himself encouragement, reinforcing positivity. And then Kate, starts to talk about, his relationships, and she's been thinking about relationships, and and this, that, the other. And Drew's like, yeah, there's one relationship he really wants me to work on right now. It's been under my nose my whole life.
Yeah.
It's with me. And he's like, yeah, the doctor was basically like, I should stop dating and I should try to improve myself and work on myself. Like all this shit that Kate does not want to hear.
Right. But he almost talks her into it because he like, at first Kate's convinced, oh, are we talking about the same thing? Wait, is this a perfect opportunity for me to sneak in? No, it's for him. And then she's kind of like, all right, I guess that makes sense. How long do we think this takes? And Drew's like, a week, a year, we don't know. So Kate's like, I just hope it's sooner rather than later.
Yeah. I hope maybe this perfect person doesn't have to wait so long.
Yeah.
And he's like, and you know, she's like, I hope you find her. And then Drew's like, thanks. I hope she's easy, you know? And she's like, maybe she's heard that her whole life and she wouldn't really like you saying that. And he's like, well, I hope she's not that much of a pain in the ass or a burden.
Yeah.
And then starts I think he gives her like a noogie at one point.
He gives her like a noogie and then like kind of tickles, like goes at her stomach.
Yeah. He's like roughhousing almost.
Yeah.
Like she's one of the boys,
one of the fellas.
One of the fellas. It's a real
tickle your fella's tummy, you know?
You ever
tickle your boy's tummy? Give him a little tum action.
Yeah, a little tum action. You got to feel for Kate here. It's crazy that, and also I think Drew would love to hear. I know she's walking on eggshells because of Lewis, but
yeah,
I think that was the wrong thing to say.
It really, I was kind of mad at this show after that scene. I was just like, you fuck it. Like we knew that, like we said in the last episode of this, that they would string us along.
We've been waiting for a thing to happen,
and now they're not going to give it to us right away. They're like, no.
Well, we have to get through so much more. We have to get through a wedding, and we've got to get through all of this stuff. We can't draw. Well, I wonder. I bet they would drop it at the wedding episode. Would be my guess. That's like where it all
would make sense.
Collides.
And somehow it would ruin the wedding.
Yeah, something like that.
I almost thought we had the resolution to Steve and Mimi in this last episode.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're about to get to that. I want to talk about the credit scene in this one first. Oswald going back with Drew for his physical. Nice. Kind of funny, but supportive friend. Weird.
Yeah.
Weird ultimately. It's a nice decision, but it's weird. I wouldn't want my boy. I wouldn't want you at my physical. You don't need to see all of that.
I just think that if you come, you can wait in the lobby, brother.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
I'm like, while I appreciate it, I don't need you to see me bending over.
No, I don't know if that's a HIPAA violation now too or something. It feels like that wouldn't fly.
Oswald's getting a kick out of it.
Oh,
though.
He loves
He's
it.
Like,
yeah.
Oh wow, Drew's got a girlfriend.
Well, yeah, when he's getting the butt test, the finger up the ass. I like when they're doing the coffin drop. He's asking like, are they supposed to be two different sizes?
Yeah.
he's observing. It's impressive. But yeah, that's where we wrap. Diedrich Bader, great job as always.
Yes.
Laughable, lovable idiot. Season 5, episode 6.
Drew tries to kill Mimi.
You really could name any of these episodes that, because I feel like that's the underlying tension of all of this. It's like, he's gonna try to kill me. He fucking hates her.
And
dude.
I guess we should have seen the writing on the wall with it, with all the flashbacks. I was just like, well, of course. I mean, we have to like. If you're going to actually set up a case for Drew to kill Mimi,
you gotta,
we do have a boatload of evidence.
We have 4 seasons worth of evidence right here to show you.
Yeah.
This is, again, like I said before, the Halloween episode, October 27th of 1999.
Yeah, definitely
we start
Halloween.
With costume contest.
Yes.
Mimi dressed as the devil.
Yep. So I wrote an executioner.
Oh, could be.
Because she has an axe.
I guess
and
you're
then
right.
There's a head of Drew.
I saw red and I assumed devil, but you're right. It's more executioner.
She didn't have horns.
No horns. That's true.
Can't be a devil with no horns.
Hornless devil. Could
Get
you
out
imagine?
Of here.
She has
it's like an angel with no wings.
Every time a bell rings, a devil gets its horn.
God. So what about another version of It's a Wonderful Life? But it's a devil now that needs to earn its horns.
There you go. I like that. And he's like, actually, you should jump. And then it just ends.
Actually, you should.
That's just how it ends.
Jump, pussy.
It's the same. She has a fake severed head of Drew under like a silver platter that she pulls out. She's talking to Wick. about all these different things. And
Right.
Wick actually has news for her as an assistant that she could use. There's a new marketing executive at Winfred Louder who is coming to the store today. And Wick asks Mimi to cancel Drew's 11 a.m. interview with a janitor.
Yes.
So that he can go and show this guy around the store and everything.
Yeah.
Drew's not there right now. He's out on a break or something.
Right.
So can you change his calendar for,
Yes. So she does it while he's not there. And then Drew, comes back into the
janitor
place.
comes in.
Janitor comes in.
Mimi's
you're right.
like,
Come back in an hour.
Come back in an hour. The executive comes in. He's a Hispanic man who goes by Mr. Rodriguez, was what I caught. And Mimi sits him down. Doesn't tell Drew that that's not the janitor. Actually, I will say, it's not that she doesn't tell him. She explicitly tells him that that's the janitor. She explicitly
says, she says, that right there is the candidate.
Yeah, that's the candidate. So Drew sits down.
Goes down and he's like, oh, nice suit. We don't see a lot of you guys in suits.
And Rodriguez is like, what do you mean you guys? Like, you guys, I went to high school with a couple of them, you know what I mean? And they were always sort of dirty and all this stuff. But one time I took one in, my mom thought it was homeless. And
my mom didn't like it. He brought like grease in the house and all this. He was dirty. And
does Drew mean... did he go to high school with janitors?
No. Okay, this is interesting. So your take was that he went to school with a couple of guys that became janitors.
Well, I don't know what it's supposed to be.
Because I thought, no.
I understand what the misconception's supposed to be.
Right. But my take was Drew brought home the school janitor, and I'm like, that feels icky.
You thought he brought home a grown man?
If I'm Mrs. Carey, I probably have a problem with you bringing home the janitor too.
Why? I don't know.
Why are you hanging out with my son?
Was your school janitor? I went both my high school and my grade elementary school. Cool guy janitors.
Yeah.
The janitors there fucking ruled.
Janitors were always cool.
Yeah.
They always,
So now as we're grown adults, probably not
cool.
The coolest dudes around.
Well,
they're cool. They're cool specifically to children.
Right.
Like they got cool cars and they got cool haircuts.
Here's the thing is like is it the venue though, right?
Yeah.
Because our school janitors are they cool? I haven't been in a school interacting with a janitor for a while.
Yeah.
But like I remember them having cool music and them just being like they were big guys and they just handled all the shit.
Absolutely.
Everything that people did not want to do, right?
Yeah.
That's what you hire them for.
Yeah. I think maybe there's just something around working around children that makes you like a little cooler, even if your life is slowly crumbling and all you've got is one cool muscle car. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
That's my vibe, at least. But yeah, no, I took it though as he went with like budding janitors. He brought them home. That was the only way I could interpret it.
I interpreted it as he's bringing home the grown men from the school.
He's bringing home janitors.
Yeah.
Anyway, he starts to then explain to Rodriguez the quirks about the job. Like, oh well, we don't want people seeing you, so we're gonna have you go through a back entrance and all this and that the other. He's insulted the whole time.
Yeah.
In case you can't tell, dear listener, we're talking about janitors, but it sounds like you'd be talking about Hispanic people if you're being really racist.
Yeah.
So Rodriguez obviously is taking it that way, and he goes, "I've never in my life. My grandfather used to tell me about people like you, but I can't believe you're still."
Drew has not caught on at all.
Doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So he's like, "I'm going to tell Mrs. Louder, and I might sue you guys for racial discrimination." And like just leaves in a tiff. Mimi tells him, that wasn't the janitor. That was somebody else. This prank was brought to you by Mimi Bobek.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm going to kill you.
Yes.
I'm literally going to kill you. This is not a figure of speech. Makes it very explicit what his intent is here.
Right.
Wick comes in. He's like, I don't know. What the hell did you just do with our marketing executive that made him so mad? You got to give me one good reason you shouldn't be fired right now.
Yeah, why did you say all those racist things to our marketing executive?
And his one good reason is like because you're a smart and competent boss.
Yes,
and he's holding
his own Mimi's version of his severed head.
Yeah, and it goes right on to Mr. Wick's ass.
Kissing Mr. Wick's ass,
kissing it while he's giving him compliments. It's a very funny little touch on this. That is where for the rest of the episode, basically, we leave Mr. Rodriguez. I thought it was a very fun. I like the switcheroos, right?
Yeah.
That's what we call that. What's the?
I didn't immediately hear his name, Rodriguez.
Yeah.
so it didn't immediately register to me.
Yeah.
That we were going to dive into a racial thing.
Yeah, I also didn't know, like, for a while, because Rodriguez obviously sounds Hispanic, but like just looking at the guy, I'm like, is he Italian?
It was ambiguous.
It was a little racially ambiguous.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the cold open for you, folks.
Yes.
We then start the episode. And we started.
We're in the parking garage.
Drew is driving away in that punch buggy. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, with the
has.
fucking flames on the side.
Yeah. He's got like a little advertisement on his thing. It's meet Russian women, I think it says, or something, right?
Yeah. Meet Russian, and he saves. It's a flyer. Yeah, he saves it.
Tucks it in. Gets in. Starts driving away. In that same parking garage is Mimi and Steve. They are getting out of the back of Steve's car.
Somebody's car.
And they're clearly like in a state of, being disrobed.
Yeah.
They had some crazy car sex.
Yeah, they're into just crazy, like, thrill-seeking sex.
Public sex.
Yeah, they're going to have sex in the Gap, the Baby Gap changing room.
Yeah. Mimi's like, do you think this is a problem that we're too addicted to this? And Steve's like, let's talk about it tomorrow in the changing room. Like, that's their solution to it. So Mimi starts to, leave Steve, I guess. They got separate places. They got things to be.
Right.
Places to be.
They got things to be. They do have things to be. Aren't we all just being things every day?
Speaking of be, see what I did there?
Nah.
See, that's pretty fucking. I didn't see this happen.
There's a bee in his car.
There's a bee in the car, but they're saying it came out of his pant leg.
I thought it went in his pant leg.
Oh, that's where it ended
Regardless,
up.
I didn't see. I saw the bee like out and about within the vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do this cool, like, specific. I don't know how, like, what kind of camera they used for it, but because it's not like a fisheye, but like they had it following Drew, and then they put the bee in front of him.
Yeah.
In a way that, like, it looked like it was motion tracking almost. Drew trying to swerve around the bee.
Yeah.
It was cool, but yeah, there's a fucking bee in that car, and it's got Drew scared, and he's annoyed, and he's trying to get it out the window. So like he's swerving and he's ducking around, and then clearly the car is also swerving left and right.
Yeah.
And when you know it, it's coming down just as Mimi is crossing the street.
Right.
And she stops to pick up a quarter.
Yes.
Right in the middle of the road. It's her lucky
penny?
day. I think it was a quarter.
Yeah. Why, so you only pick up a penny.
I agree. But also we're running out of pennies now.
Right.
As we talked about.
You gotta start hoarding pennies now.
Yeah, we gotta start hoarding all the pennies. So as she's going to pick up the coin, Drew is swerving right by, and she looks up, and she's just like,
Drew, get your fucking feet off the gas, my guy. That's what it's like outrageous to me about this. But yeah,
could have just parked, could have just stopped for a second,
got the bee out.
Yeah, but he's swerving left and right, driving right towards Mimi. Mimi gets up and looks at Drew. Drew's not looking at all at the road. And
he's got his hands off the wheel.
Oh my God, he's gonna. So she ducks out of the way, and he keeps swerving. And then I guess the bee ends up in his pants.
Stunt? Do you think they had a stunt double jump on the hood of that vehicle that looked like Mimi?
They didn't have. Was Mimi on the hood of it?
So no. So Mimi didn't get hit by the car, but she dove out of the way onto the hood of another car, and it almost looked like they had a stunt double. But maybe I'm wrong. Yeah.
All right, bring in the stunt Mimi. God, I mean, maybe. Yeah, it's just a bunch of pillows and covered in makeup that
they threw at the car.
And in the ugliest dress you've ever seen.
Yeah.
It could be. And then, the bee thing resolves itself, and Drew picks up the road, and he's like, oh, that could have gone really bad.
Yeah.
Completely unaware of what
just happened.
Yeah.
So next day we're at the office, and Wick asks him to judge a costume contest.
Yes, he there's actually some pretty good costumes. I can't remember the first one, but the second one is like a couple's costume almost of two employees reenacting American Gothic.
Yeah.
So, and that's like really well done with
it's
the frame,
really impressive.
And the background.
And then the first one was a genie.
Oh, it was a genie.
Yeah.
Okay, so you see like half of the body or whatever.
And then it had like a magic carpet.
Oh, carpet.
Yeah, it was like a magic carpet at his waist, and then he put fake legs doing like a pretzel
cross.
style.
Sure. Yeah.
Nice.
And then the third and final costume is Nigel Wick wearing a paper Burger King-esque crown. Yeah. And he's King Tut. And, the winner gets a trip to Mexico.
Right.
The losers keep their job.
Yes.
So they just as it was. And Drew goes, well, I was going to give it to Mr. Wick, but all I see is King Tut.
Yes.
Clearly still on an ass kissing, I'm so sorry
right.
state of mind. And yeah,
and then the other people got fired.
They all got fired anyway.
Right there.
So they were gonna keep their
Imagine
jobs.
you put all that work into your fucking couple's costume, and then
yeah.
You
It could have been an
lost your
actual
job.
couple. That would have been bad if they both lost their job at the same time. I don't think that's the case.
But then, what do you just do? What are you doing American Gothic with your work wife then?
Maybe, yeah.
Seems
My
like
work wife.
that's too intimate of a costume to do with not your wife.
That's how I feel though about the concept of a work wife in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like a work whatever. I guess a husband. I'm trying to think what the female alternative would that be, and it's a husband.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what
get
the
a little
work
intimate.
wife. I don't understand the work wife thing.
No, I don't. I don't understand anything.
Yeah, and we're not just saying that.
No. for our girlfriend / fiance who may be listening. We're not just saying that. I'm not going to have work in a couple weeks. All right. My wife's not there.
So the gang comes in.
Yeah.
There is apparently an all-you-can-eat buffet in the cafeteria at Winford Louder today.
Okay.
And so Kate comes up and she took the whole butterball turkey. And then Lewis comes in. He has a stroller, and in the stroller they have cranberries or whatever.
They're just getting everything ready.
They must be doing Thanksgiving dinner or something. And then Drew's like, "You guys stole from the cafeteria?" And he's like, Oswald says, "No, we didn't steal. You know, this is." They said all you can eat. They didn't say you had to eat it right now today.
They didn't specify.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's at this point that we realize there is a
Two
fleet of
cops come
police
in.
officers standing behind Drew, and they interrupt to tell Drew he is under arrest for the attempted murder of Mimi Bobek.
And they take him away.
They start taking him away, to which Oswald comes in, and he's like, "We stole the turkey," and he holds out his hand.
Hands to be arrested. Lewis quick shoes him back. Oh God! So we then get Drew at the police station, and he's sitting down in the interrogation room with two cops, and they're asking him. They're trying to figure out, what's the situation? Why did you try to kill Mimi Bobek? Did you, were you trying to kill her with your car? Did you know you were doing that? And Drew's flabbergasted by all of it.
Yeah.
He doesn't understand. He's like,
what the fuck? He's like, I don't like Mimi.
but I would never kill her. I can explain, all of this stuff. There was a bee in my pant leg, and I was driving around like crazy.
I was swerving. At this point, we should note he also has not said that he wants a lawyer. It doesn't seem like he gets a lawyer at any point.
No.
But he does he says too much.
Yeah,
he is saying a little too much.
Did they read it? We didn't see the Miranda rights. I want to
see that
know
either,
your rights, Drew.
Know your rights.
Know your rights.
See, the gang, in 2026, the gang would have all pulled out their iPhones.
Yeah, and started recording.
They started recording the arrest.
Yeah. I know my rights. We're in a public space.
Yeah.
So anyway, they're asking him all these things, and they have a quote from Drew from earlier in the day.
Yeah.
That they're like, you said I'm going to kill you. And he goes, oh, well, that was a figure of speech. This is not a figure of speech. I am literally going to kill you.
Right. But this is where we introduced the flashbacks and the clips, which is nice.
Do you have any reason you would want to kill Mimi Bobek?
Immediately cut to him on the Great Wall of China from the China episode.
Yeah. There's another one too where it's like, well, do you ever have violent imagery or
the head exploding?
Yeah, I like that one, the confetti one. Where it's all
that was good.
Confetti.
Or was there another one that there was?
There's another one later. But not in this moment.
I was going to say you have to have three.
Yeah. There's a famous comedy rule that they're not following here. So, it's back at the store we go to. They're going to still hold Drew. And Wick and Mimi are talking, and Wick's trying to see if Mimi's okay. And she goes, I just don't understand. You kick a guy, and then you kick a guy, and you kick him.
Kick him.
And then one day he just snaps.
Right.
The definition of a person snapping.
Yeah.
Steve comes in, and he's all distraught about his baby brother being
Can I just say, I thank God for Steve.
Yeah. The only decent person.
The only decent person here.
But he's also
I'm just glad that Steve didn't have the pussy goggles on. That's all I'm saying. I'm glad that Steve wasn't blinded by his fiance at the time.
You mean you're glad he literally went bros before hoes?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful.
Steve is also the one who has caused this to be even more of a fracture, though, in that he's like, oh, and I'm going to marry her. So now she's going to come into the family and she's at your house all the time. We're having the wedding at your house, actually. But then Steve's like, oh my God, he's in jail. He wanted to kill her.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. They won't let him see Drew. And he's basically begging Mimi to kind of
he's like, please drop the charges.
You know that he's not trying to actually kill you.
You know he didn't. I know Drew. There's no way he was trying to kill you. And then Mimi's like, whose side are you on?
You have to choose me or him.
Yeah.
And Steve's like, I'm not going to choose. And she has this line that I really like where she's like, how dare you make me so horny even though I'm mad at you? Like,
right.
Just really upset about it. Turn me on. Turn me on.
But Steve's manning up here.
He is. He's nutting up.
We know. This is a great little pussy goggles and nutting up.
Pussy goggles and nutting up right here on the Cleveland Rocks
This is
podcast.
the X-rated episode, dude.
All the shackles are off.
Our kids are going to listen to this one.
But Dad, you said different time. It was different time. How about you try making no money from a podcast and then you can call me. We then go back to Drew's house. Kate's there.
Yeah.
She's trying to spend time with Speedy, being like, oh, it's all right. Your dad's gone.
Right.
The cops come to Drew's house. They're doing some investigations, and they thought that Kate might be there. So they start asking her some questions. But really, the questions she's getting about Drew, she just has answers about how much she loves Drew and how she hasn't told him.
Yeah, she just confesses everything she wants to confess Drew to the police, and that's
she kind of word vomits it out.
Yeah,
and the cops go, Miss, we just want to make sure you know how you're being heard, and they hand her the notebook with all the notes, and she's like flipping through it, and she's like
smiling,
a little self-involved, maybe. We then we get Lewis calling.
Yes.
So Lewis goes to leave a voicemail.
Lewis is on the answering machine now. Yeah. And Lewis is like, oh, I can't believe he finally snapped.
I can't believe he was that crazy bastard was finally going to
kill me.
And so Kate runs to go hang up the thing.
No.
And then, she thinks she hangs it up. And then you just hear, hello? Oh, I thought I heard the thing switch off. Anyway, these stupid cops. And then she keeps just hanging it. The cops then go to the Warsaw to interview Oswald and Lewis. They get nothing useful. What they do get is an explanation of an angle that they haven't considered. Consider the bee. Consider the bee. Oswald has a little jar full of a bee. Yeah. Hands it to Lewis, who...
He's like upset. What was it?
Aggravate
and then I like that he didn't shake it. He just makes faces at them and
pissing it off.
Yeah.
making noises and faces.
And then he hands it back to Oswald,
who then puts it up his pant leg.
Yeah.
And then we get him going, oh, hey, buddy, welcome. Nope, that's not a flower. And the cops are just leaving. They realize that this is worthless. They're not going to get anything other than a comedy routine.
Yeah.
So we're back at the store. And they're here now to talk to Ms. Bobeck again.
Right.
And she goes, oh, well, how about we sit in my lounge?
And she has turned the Drubicle into just basically her apartment.
Yeah.
There's a big pink love seat.
Pink and green curtains and pillows. There's a tea set.
Yeah.
It's all Mimi's world. We're just living in.
Right.
So they sit down and she makes some tea for them. And they're starting to talk.
I've never said this before about Mimi's stuff. It gives me very Austin Powers energy.
Oh, for sure.
All her shit gives me Austin Powers.
Well, now you've really noticed it too because she has her own mini-me. So, but yeah, no, it really does. It feels, like a little Austin Powers-y. It feels, Shag.
Yeah.
Shag, baby. Yeah. So the cops start talking to her and they're like, listen, we're trying to establish a motive. Like, why would you think that Drew Carey would want to kill you? And she's like, oh, well, we've never gotten along since the very beginning. And this, I think, is where we get that clip of the first scene with Drew and Mimi from the first episode of the show. She's interviewing to work at the makeup counter.
I was trying to think about how different they looked. I think Drew looks a little heavier and she looks skinnier in that moment.
Yeah, for sure.
They both kind of look different in that way. She looks a little younger. I mean, they both, I can't really tell.
Age does that when you 5 years later.
Yes.
I think they did.
I thought it was a little striking, though, because it doesn't register to me that their looks have changed. But I was like, oh, wow.
When you see it back
they've
to back,
evolved a little bit.
Especially her makeup now, they've really
laid on with the eyeliner and everything.
Bright eyeliner, bright lipstick, all of this stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, we get that whole first scene where she starts making a scene about how he's sexist and he's a pig and he's ripping up her resume. All of that. If you go to the first episode of this podcast, I'm sure we talk about it.
Go. It's the episode where we sound like we're talking into a potato.
It's episode 1.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. So anyway, that's a little bit of an establishment. And they go, oh, well, you didn't really sound great in that story.
Right.
She's like, oh, well, you had to be there. And then she also tells them, oh, by the way, I'm about to marry into the family.
Yes. And that's your motive.
That's your motive. So now go get it handled.
And she's like, you want more tea? They're like, yeah, we want some more tea. And they're like, go beat the motive out of them, you fucking idiots. And you can give them more tea.
So we go back to the interrogation room and they are ready to indict. They have enough information against Drew. And they're going to indict him.
That's so do we think that like that's it?
For
like, do we actually think that like, or did they go out and get more evidence? Because when they said when they come in this scene and they're like, we're ready to indict him, I'm like, so are you going based on just the fact she's going to marry into the family? Like,
right?
Is the implication is that was it? And that was enough?
I would imagine because we don't see anything else.
Yeah, what else did they gather? Is what I was getting at.
We got security camera footage from the parking garage, and we saw a disheveled.
Also feels like something they should have checked.
Yeah, well, it's 1999.
Not everyone had a camera.
But anyway, they're about to put Drew in cuffs and take him to a jail cell. Mimi comes in, and they're like, oh, Miss Bobek, we told you to wait outside. She's like, no, I want to see his face. I want to see
this.
I want to watch it. And then finally, before it's all said and done, Steve comes
Steve,
in.
The big brother, the hero.
And he's like, listen, I understand the situation, but I thought you might want to hear a draft of the speech that Drew was going to give at our wedding that I found in his house.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, I guess. Even Drew's like, sure, I guess.
Yeah.
And Steve starts
Steve
reading
gives a really nice, heartfelt toast about, I don't like, he's saying, from Drew's perspective, I don't like Mimi, but if you make my brother happy, then
there must be some good in you.
Yeah.
I like how it starts where he's like, I have never liked Mimi Bobek. And when Steve started dating her, I wish that he didn't. And Drew's like, oh, great. I wonder where this is going to go.
Right.
Which was my first. I was like, well, what do you mean? Where is this going to go? You wrote it.
Right.
I was like, how did you not? But anyway, we'll get to that in a second. It wins over the cops, and it specifically wins over Mimi, who says, I'm so touched by that pig. I didn't know that you were really going to do that, or that you felt that way. I'll drop the charges. So they take him out of cuffs. He thanks the cops, and the cops go, hey, listen, we don't care if you walk or if you fry. We're not commission based.
Yeah.
And then they leave.
That's it.
Thank you, our boys in blue.
Yeah. Can I just say before we get to the last wrap up with Steve here, it was like, Steve gets to have his cake and eat it too here, and I really thought that this was going to be how we get out of the Mimi Steve.
You thought, oh sure, you thought that this was going to be the thing that drives them apart.
I thought it was going to be, oh, she hates him so fucking much.
Yeah.
And this is going, and like Steve is going to genuinely just choose his brother over Mimi in this instance, and it's going to be like something that they just can't mend.
Yeah,
I really thought that was going to be it, and Steve figures out a way for it all to be okay.
He threads the needle. So do you still believe then to this point that we're not going? You don't think they're going to get married?
No, I do believe they're going to get married.
Okay.
My thought before was that they weren't going to get married,
and this was going to be the out.
And well, I mean, during this episode, that's what I thought.
It felt
but before that, I was thinking they're going to right away.
Yeah.
For them to
a clean way for this to end,
for this to break.
Yeah.
And now if this isn't going to break it.
Yeah. It's unbreakable.
I feel like we're probably going to go through with this.
Yeah. I think you're probably
Maybe
right.
there can be a divorce. Maybe there can be some messiness.
Things get messy. They have to move in with Drew maybe or something.
I feel like we're going to get a wedding now.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Well,
and from what we learned, it's 2 weeks away.
Yeah, it's
actually
quick.
We didn't even mention that part.
Sort of timeline. No, we didn't know that it was that close.
But Mimi tells the cops that it's 2 weeks away.
Yeah, so it's coming up.
Anyway,
we get they all leave, and it's Steve and Drew kind of talking. He's like, "Hey, thanks." So who ended up? Who Drew asks, "Who really wrote that?" Steve's like, "Oh, I did." And I thought it would be nice. And the one condition he gives is, if I'm going to help you get out of this, can you at least read this actual
Can you actually read this?
And now he kind of has to, because Mimi thinks,
Right.
He's like, oh, is this the only copy of it? As he's like crumpling it up. And Steve's like, nope. So, that's a resolution to that episode. We get a credit scene where we go back to our good friend Mr. Rodriguez.
Yeah, something that I thought would be more of a part of this episode, but then we never really address again.
But
there's a massive protest inside the office.
Yeah, which would never happen.
Sure, yeah.
But whatever.
But
I guess
where the fuck's Chuck? He should be breaking this up.
Do your job. Yeah, they're holding up signs. It's, like Winfred Louder, racist, this, that, the other. And Mimi and Wick come in, and Wick is back from his trip to Mexico.
Yeah,
and he's wearing like a little poncho and
he's
big
got a sombrero.
He's got maracas.
Like, look at
in his
me,
hands,
I'm a Mexican jumping bean,
dancing around. And then the protesters all come behind him. He's completely unaware, and he turns and he sees them. And then we get a fourth wall break where Wick turns to camera and he drops the accent. He goes, "Hi, I'm television's Craig Ferguson. I play Mr. Wick. We're trying to have some fun about racism in this skit, but it's really not funny.
Yeah.
You should know better," or something. And then Rodriguez, still in character, goes, "We're
still gonna kick your
still
ass,
gonna
right?
kick your ass, right?" And he goes, "Yes."
Yeah.
I love Craig Ferguson, man. You can't make me hate
that. Fourth wall.
Yeah.
Break.
I want more of that.
Yeah, we don't really get that often.
No. They're very sparing with it, which is crazy because it's probably like one of the wackier sitcoms I've seen.
Yeah.
So you'd think they'd do shit
They
like
do
that
a
more
lot of
often.
outside the box bullshit.
Yeah. So speaking of that, I mean, we got, a couple coming up that we're excited about. The Drew Live.
Yes.
Drew Webb.
Yeah.
A lot of crazy outside the box eps coming up.
Yeah.
I wonder when they're going to sneak the wedding in if it's in 2 weeks.
That's interesting. What if the wedding is the Drew Live?
Oh man, that'd be actually kind of too ambitious, I think, though.
Would it be too much?
I don't know.
I mean, what? You're not planning a real fucking wedding. It's a TV. You got to plan it's a scene in a sitcom.
I guess that's true.
I guess it doesn't really matter.
No.
You still need a plot for Drew Live.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Need something. But anyway, that's all for us to figure out next time.
Yes.
Not technically next time, but coming up on Cleveland Rocks Podcast. Thank you for listening.
Thanks, guys.
We're on the Instagram. We're on YouTube. You can email us, clevelandrockspodcast@gmail.com. Let us know your thoughts, your questions, your concerns. I'm sorry I said nut up.
Yeah. I'm sorry I said pussy.
Yeah,
I said it a few times.
Okay, including right now. And that's our fault. So thank you for listening, though, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Bye-bye.
Later.